Okay, so since being on this like dating shit or whatever, it's whack as a bitch. But it's entertainment for real.
Wait. Before you go into your story, why is it whack?
Because this ain't my typical, like, I'm just like, I'm an outgoing person. But up here in the north, there ain't shit to do. Like, well, it may be just where I'm at. Yeah, so, like, I just, so, this dude, you know, liked me on the dating app. He said, you know, he sent me a message and he asked me for my number. I was like, I'll give you my Snapchat. Like, I'm not going to give you my number. Like, I already had, like, a weird vibe from him.
Okay.
So I gave him my Snapchat, and, you know, like, we're texting back and forth or something. And then, like, you know, 3 days in, he was like, hey, when we meet up, I'm going to bring my boyfriend along.
Oh.
And I said, what? Like, question mark. And he was like, yeah, me and my boyfriend are just looking, you know, for a female to, you know, kind of satisfy our pussy needs.
Oh.
But other than that, we're satisfied with dick. I was like, listen here.
Wow.
I don't get down with that. If you said you were going to bring your girlfriend, I can fuck with that.
Oh.
And nah, like, you be sucking this dude's dick. And shit,
Oh.
like, what can I do for you?
Oh, nothing. That's crazy.
So he was like, oh, well, you're a disrespectful white bitch. Like, you're so judgmental. I was like, listen, if that's what you want to think of me, that's your opinion. But you should have told me from the jump, like this whole situation.
I love it.
So that was my first experience with this whole dating app. So I've been kind of like pretty cautious of it. And since I've been working a lot, I haven't really been on it like a whole bunch.
So you probably got back on and your inbox was flooded.
I wouldn't say it was flooded, but like people be hitting me up, but it just be.
What made you respond back to me?
I seen that you had responded, and not to be like you cute to me.
Thank you.
So I'm a nurse.
Okay, CNA.
So,
CNA, RN, LPN.
So I'm a med tech CNA. I have my LPN in Virginia, but I didn't transfer that up here. So
you could though easily.
You
could easily if you wanted to.
I could easily if I wanted to, but what I'm doing up here, like I actually pretty like it. I work with psych patients up here, so
okay, good stuff.
Like I'm not, so I don't have a problem here.
You have to have a heart to deal with that, you know. To have a good heart.
I worked for the prisons for 5 years in Virginia.
Gotcha.
And this is like my first job, like because I'll be honest, like working at the prisons during the pandemic was very, very, very stressful, and I'm PRN still at the prison, so I can go back to the prisons anytime, and they want me to come back and work for them full time.
Nice.
I just need a little bit of a change because the offenders got so freaking like hostile during the whole COVID thing that
locked in.
Like I needed a freaking break. Like it was bad.
What kind of guys are you into? Well, obviously you're attracted to dark skin guys. But you know,
well, my kids are white, so really, I don't have a preference. Like,
when last time you were a black guy?
Probably like 6 months before I came here.
Boyfriend or just like a random thing?
I don't know. Like we were talking, but he just didn't know how to keep it real. So, and like I can't respect that. Like,
all right. So, to me, that's your favorite word, keep it real. What's your definition of keep it real? Because women always say that. Keep it real, tell the truth, but it never ends well when dudes tell the truth.
Like, if you keep it real with me, if we're fucking and talking and shit like this, and another girl sparks your interest, and you want to go fuck her, like, keep it real with me and be honest about that. Just don't be like, oh, this is sis.
Communication. We old enough to have communication.
Like, at the end of the day, I know I'm kind of young. I know I am 26. But I've been through it. I've been married. I've been divorced. I got kids. So, like, I'm with that grown shit. I'm not with this little ass kid shit. Like, and a lot of people, like, think with me being my age that, like, I'm green. And I'm far from green.
Now, you know it is. You have early history of cooperating with someone. You know, to be married, to be in the house, to have children at an early age. You had to grow quick. Super quick.
I did.
Super quick. I think that's dope, you know. It reminds me of back. It's funny because I follow these relationship sites and different things, and I watch, you know, stuff. And back in the day, people were getting married at 19, 20. Women
Like
would,
my grandparents got married when they were 13 years old, and they still married to this day.
because know what that means? You know what that tells us? That life is about negotiating. Like you said,
Like,
you get a guy. Listen, man, let's not waste
and
each
listen,
other's
I'll
time.
tell you straight up, my granddaddy, he a man whore, and he's been with multiple women other than my grandma. But the thing about it is my granddad has always been honest with my grandma about it.
And he took care of home, didn't he?
Exactly,
A
and
lot.
made sure she was well taken care of before he slid out and did him.
A
And
lot.
men just don't understand that.
Because you know why? Because they're raised. They're being most of us. We've been raised by single mothers, and so most guys grew up emotional, and so they don't understand the whole concept of you know, men leading the home, working, providing, um, the women making the house a home. It goes from a house
Yeah.
to you guys making it a home. We can bring the food home, but you make it a meal. Like guys don't understand that, and
Like,
the older you get, you learn that life is about negotiate what you negotiate. Everything
yeah,
is
and
about
that's,
negotiation.
yeah, and like I think that's like my big thing. Like me and my kid's father, like we've been through some shit, but I tell you right now, like that man is still my best friend. He's remarried.
So,
But like we communicate well, we co-parent well. Like me being up here in Pennsylvania, it's hard on me, making it back down there because I'm working so much. But
do you?
either him and his wife will bring the kids up here so I can visit and they'll stay for a weekend, or my mom will bring my kids up to me. Like we co-parent really well. Like last weekend, his wife brought the kids up. He didn't come. His wife brought my kids up so that I could visit with them.
Dope.
And it's like that. That's where people are like, how can you, be in how can you have that type of relationship? Like, even when what he did to you, I'm like, oh, look, it's all about the kids now. Like, I set aside what happened between me and him. It's about the kids.
Smart.
So,
yeah, I could see how that last person that hit you up could have threw you off a little bit with the weirdness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I just be like, and I'm not saying like I'm out here like looking for a whole relationship or I'm looking at tie down again. Like whatever happens, happens. Like you can't say, oh well, I'm looking for something that is gonna be long term, because at the end of the day, like you got to take it day by day. You can't say this is what I want with so and so, and that's where like.
Well, I think for starters, I think the opening thing of you saying like, hey, yo, just keep it 100. That's the main part, though, of anything. Any type of, like, relationship with family or even you trying to date someone or get to know someone. If a person is saying, like, from when I hear you say keep it real, I don't feel bad vibes. I don't feel like you're a liar. Some people you could tell that they just lie and make stuff up. But listening to the consistency in your voice and the fact that you like, listen, based off you being married that young, it makes sense why you would be a 26-year-old going on 31 or something like that, as far as your mental capacity. These 26-year-old girls out here now, you probably cook them under the table. They probably don't know nothing about how to treat a man or what men want.
Like,